You know, every home has these secret components, parts that are working tirelessly behind the scenes to protect it. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the most important and most overlooked heroes of your house. It's the part of your roof you've probably never even thought about.
Just picture your own house for a second. You see the big stuff, right? The siding, the windows, the door. But what about the parts you don't really see? What's actually hiding out just beyond your line of sight, right there under the edge of your roof?
Well, the answer, unfortunately, can be kind of grim. We're talking about slow-moving rot, pests looking for a cozy new home, and your expensive heating and cooling just leaking right out into the air. These are the invisible threats that can cause some very real and very expensive problems down the line. But don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. Your home has a defender, a silent guardian that, honestly, most people don't even know the name of. So it's time to meet this unsung hero, the soffit.
Okay, so what in the world is a soffit? To put it simply, it's that finished panel on the underside of your roof's overhang. Next time you're outside, stand by your house and just look straight up at the roof's edge. See that flat surface underneath? That's it. But it's so much more than just a cover. It has a couple of absolutely critical jobs to do.
And here's a fun fact. The name itself is the perfect clue. Soffit comes from a Latin word that literally means fastened underneath. I mean, how perfect is that? It's a great little piece of trivia that makes it super easy to remember what it is.
To really get why the soffit is so important, you just need to understand its two main jobs. And I love this analogy. Just think of it as being both a shield and a set of lungs for your house. It protects and it breathes.
So let's start with job number one, the shield. This is its protective role. Without a soffit, the actual skeleton of your roof, all the rafters and the framing, would be totally exposed to the elements. The soffit is like a suit of armor for that really vulnerable area.
And what's it shielding your home from? Oh, just about everything. It's blocking that driving rain and snow that wants to get into your attic. It's a physical barrier that stops squirrels, wasps, and birds from moving in and setting up shop. And, let's be honest, it just looks a whole lot better than staring at a bunch of exposed 2x4s.
Now for its second and equally vital job, the lungs. This is all about ventilation, and this is where the soffit becomes a real game changer for your home's health and your energy bills. So how does this whole breathing thing work? Well, many soffits have little vents in them. These act like intakes, pulling cool, dry air from outside into the attic space. This creates an airflow that naturally pushes the hot, damp air that rises in your attic up and out through vents near the peak of your roof. Without that circulation, you get trapped heat and moisture, which is a 5-star resort for mold and rot. A healthy attic has to breathe, and the soffit is what lets it take that all-important first breath.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. Soffit, fascia, eave, these terms get thrown around and it's easy to get them mixed up. So let's do a quick field guide to your roof's edge. Knowing the difference is actually pretty helpful for understanding how this whole system works together. Here's the easiest way I found to remember it. The eave, that's the whole shebang, the entire overhang structure. The fascia, think face. It's the flat vertical board that faces outwards, and it's where your gutters are usually attached. And the soffit, that's our hero, the panel on the underside. So eave is the whole section, fascia is the face, and soffit is what's fastened underneath.
All right, so let's say you're building a new place, or maybe you need to replace your old, tired soffits. What are your options? The material you pick makes a huge difference in how long it lasts and how much work you have to put into it. Let's look at the common choices for your home's hidden guardian.
Your three main players are going to be vinyl, aluminum, and wood. Vinyl is super popular because it's pretty low maintenance. You basically just hose it off and it lasts a good long while. Aluminum lasts even longer, but you might need to give it a paint job way down the road. And then there's wood. It has that beautiful classic look for sure, but it's high maintenance. You'll be out there resealing it every few years to keep it from rotting. So your choice really boils down to your climate, your budget, and frankly, how much you want to worry about it over the years.
Okay, I can see the wheels turning. You're feeling empowered, you're thinking, hey, I should go check on mine. You're about to go grab a ladder, but hang on, just stop for 1 second. We really need to have a serious talk about installation and repairs.
Look, I'm all for a good DIY project, but this is not the one to learn on. First, working high up on a ladder or scaffolding is just plain dangerous. Second, if you mess up the ventilation calculations, and it's easy to do, you could actually cause the rot you're trying to prevent. Plus, you could hit hidden wires, violate a building code without knowing it, or run into some nasty surprises like hidden mold or a wasp nest. This is absolutely 100% a job for a pro. It's just the safer, smarter way to go.
So, if you remember just one thing from all this, let it be this. A soffit is not just some decorative piece of trim. It is a critical, active system that is absolutely essential for your home's health, its structural integrity, and even your energy bills.
Which really brings us to the final question. Your home has this hidden guardian, on duty 24/7, protecting you from all sorts of trouble. So, have you checked on it lately? Next time you're outside, just take a second and look up. See if it's clean, intact, and breathing the way it should be. That little glance could save you from a major headache down the road.